into the opening ticks on the channel as we see the markets opening. But Investec has a note on Nestle today. They've downgraded it to a sell. They've hiked the target price to 2,386. They say valuations are outpacing growth expectations. Top line growth remains soft. Raw material pressure weighs on operating margins as well. An EPS cut of 2 to 3%. Risk of revenue-led downgrade is something that they are seeing with Nestle. Sunny joining us. Sunny, very good morning. Let's look at how you're looking at Axis, TechM and Nestle since we've been talking about. Let me just start there very quickly.
Yeah, good morning and thanks for having me on the show. So among all three, I think TechM, I believe there we are more bullish because we feel that the earlier trajectory in terms of margin recovery that is on track as far as TechM is concerned. And again, on valuation front, trading at a reasonable valuation, FY26 18 time price to earning multiple. So TechM definitely give more comfort at the current juncture. Axis again, although we believe the results have been mixed bag, but looking at an healthy growth outlook for the entire banking industry and the way rate cut cycle is going to increase the margin at least from second half of FY26. So again, Axis will be the second pick among all three names.
Got it. Okay, we have about 35 seconds. So Sunny, thanks for that. Stay on. Kush Bora, if I can urge you to give us one top trading idea for the morning after the pre-open rates have been discovered.
So Neeraj, I'll go with Coromandel International. About 2 sessions ago, we did discuss this, for the first target of 2240, that's being hit today on open itself. But the momentum is still very much there, new series. So, there could be further upsides to this. So for levels of, 2280, 2300, you can consider Coromandel and keep your stop loss around the 2200 mark.
Okay, so targets, stop losses, top trading idea from Kush Bora. Here's how the markets are starting off this Friday morning. We are seeing a bit of green, but actually it's a lot more muted than what we thought. Wonder if IT is playing spoil sport here. No, it's not. Maybe FMCG. Let's figure it out. But mid caps and small caps should come up on your screen in just a moment first. 0.17% for the mid cap index. 0.21% for the small caps. Building up, by the way, the Nifty now. Let's get the heat map up on the screen, see what's moving and what's not. So Tech Mahindra is certainly down about 4.5%. Axis Bank about 3%. So individual movers there and some bit of pain in our Nestle, but a lot of green, by the way, which is actually pretty heartening. Just that the gains would not be very pronounced, except for SBI Life, the best life insurance player amongst all the three in terms of the results that have been declared for Q4, and it's showing in the way the stock is doing. HDFC Life too, by the way, a bit of a collateral beneficiary, if you will, maybe 1.8% higher. TCS, some gains at the expense of TechM, I presume. Shriram Finance, Maruti, Cipla are amongst the others. These are names coming out with numbers. Maruti and Shriram Finance in particular. Is strength in Coal India and JSW Steel. But clearly, it is the result reactions which are dominating the index with a fair degree of green. Axis, TechM on the downside, throwing a Nestle out there. The showstopper has to be SBI Life, and it's pulling up some of the others along with it. What a move, 9%. I think on an intraday basis, 9% for SBI Life is something that we may have seen multiple quarters ago. Really strong, really strong move, Tamanna.
Yeah, and exciting and moving up even as we speak. Little surprised at the moves on TechM and Axis Bank because numbers weren't half that bad. But SBI Life, surely, undoubtedly, a strong set of numbers. Let's take a look at what's happening in the broader markets just very quickly and whether they're holding up. Nifty is not doing too badly. This morning, I would say about 0.5% up, 24,350 levels crossed quite easily. So keep an eye on that. Bank Nifty is also, okay, flattish. It's a day of the Nifty today. Mid-cap index is about 0.25% up. And small cap completely flat. So you're in the green. It's a cautious but positive kind of start to the day. Let's pull up the sectoral heat map also if we can and just get a sense there. Nifty Realty, I suspect pulled up by Macrotech. We'll come to that. Nifty Metal also doing decently. Trade wars easing works good for commodities and metal stocks. Nifty Auto and IT leading over there. Private banks pulled down by an Axis. Remember, there was one note here today talking about a valuation concern, and that's bearing out on, perhaps the Nifty Private Bank Index as well. But individual stocks, let's look at that in result impact. I want to pull up SBI Life once again because I want to see if it's holding up at a 9% pop at opening trade. We have Macrotech we should look at. Yeah, 9.5% now. Macrotech about 3.5% up. IEX also reported, Elecon reported yesterday, but has been facing a bit of pressure today. IEX, good set of numbers actually, 4% up. Cyient was not the best set of numbers. What has the street said? The street has given it a very, very clear thumbs down, 9% down. Laurus Labs also in pain. SBI Cards also seeing perhaps a bit of pain this morning. Let's pull up and see what SBI Cards is doing. Lock-in has ended for Wari. We should look at what's happening with Wari as well. All right, there you have SBI Cards about 5% down. So that's also in the pain point space right now. Look at Wari Energies. That's because of the lock-in ending for the IPO, and that stock seeing some impact. I wonder if you can pull up Aavas Financiers as well, because it's all about results right now. And that's always good for the markets, I would say. If you have the street responding to how the companies have performed, then it's back to basics. And you're not worried about, whether there's going to be a trade war or any other kind of war right now. So overall, that's a good sign. So I would say stocks are getting what they deserve this morning, Alex.
Yeah, no doubt. And a few of them reacting very, very sharply. I do want to stress a little bit on a stock that you mentioned, Tamanna, today, IEX, and I'm curious about what Sunny makes of this one, because the earnings came through, as Tamanna pointed out, and interestingly, doubling of the IGX, which is the gas exchange part of the business, of the IGX PAT at 8.9 crore rupees. I'm just wondering whether that is contributing to this positivity, because otherwise the numbers were a tad bit soft. Sunny, we were discussing this earlier. I was actually asking Sajith about this, and he is saying that maybe power producers increasing power production in the fourth quarter, and to that extent, maybe power demand from IEX would not have been as substantial. Of course, Q1 is going to be fantastic, all things considered. But what do you make of the numbers? Would you buy into it right now? 5% pop at the start today?
Yeah, I think, Alex, you are right. To some extent, there is a seasonality factor as far as IEX is concerned, and that is even we have seen a kind of bump up in the number. But looking at a plain vanilla number, I think at least after a long time, IEX has posted a decent set of growth. Coming to valuation, I feel at current market price of 200, I think trading north of 40 times price to earning multiple. I would not like to buy or chase the momentum at a current juncture. Maybe buy on dip with the right strategy as far as IEX is concerned. Coming to exchanges, I think we are more bullish on MCX, although that's related to capital market, not related to power. So if I do a relative valuation, I think MCX is better placed compared to any other exchange.